Future marketing for loyalty and marketing in the Netherlands is much like any country, whether it's in Europe, across the world, the United States, Canada, or in the Far East. And the future is making deep emotional connections with consumers. It's really about understanding the way the brain works. We can use technology to mimic the actions of the brain, but the reality is the brain functions in a way which it wants to think fast. It doesn't always want to go through a rational decision about every single decision that she has to make is based on the price or based on something else. Simply put, if we can bring those decisions back to true emotional reactions and focus on 6 areas, these are proven over and over again. Number 1 is marketers must make consumers feel valued. They have to go out of their way. They have to recognize the best customers and make them feel like they are special. Return the euros that they spend back with the pleasure and the loyalty that brings. Number 2 is they have to be relevant. They have to use big data. They have to use the information they're collecting. They have to use transactions. They have to use social interactions in order to make engagement relevant, realistic, and personable to consumers. Number 3, they must be efficient. So by providing more information, by changing the nature of payments, by changing the nature with which people shop, people's time is incredibly limited. If you can make positive experiences efficient, that adds to the emotional loyalty. The 4th area is trust. Brands need to build layers of trust. And it's not because trust allows you to make mistakes. We'll all make mistakes as marketers, but when we build trust, it's more likely that we will tell our friends, it's most likely that we'll come back on a repeated basis. The next area is control. We need to give people more control over the relationship with our brands. They need to be able to determine where they shop, when they shop, through which channels they shop, how you market to them, the information that you provide, etc. And then finally, consistency. We talked a lot about consistency at this conference today, whether it's at call centers, on the web, in stores, on airplanes, and hotels. The marketing message, the engagement, the customer journey must be consistent across each of these channels. There can't be one way to get one answer and another way to get a completely different answer. Consumers rely upon us as marketers to manage our channels and to deliver against them in a consistent, positive way. The single most important factor is to anticipate their needs. You can anticipate their needs by having incredible product. You can anticipate their needs by having incredible service. You can anticipate their needs by understanding the mathematics of their prior behavior. So anticipating needs has a tremendous amount to do with understanding what they've done in the past and what people like them have done in the past. So as I said before, this idea of relevance is very important. So that customer journey is incredibly aided by the fact that you know about them. You know what they could or should be buying next. You know what they could or should want next. And how do you essentially bring that and package that and deliver it to them in the point in which is most relevant to them in the context of that decision making?